Hello everyone and welcome to another Division 2 video. Today we are watching Avalser versus PaladinLepa on Sedilce. This is game 3. We have seen one of them, one by PaladinLepa, and the other one was just too short but was won by Avalser. And since this tournament is not Swiss style but single elimination, there had to be a game 3 played to decide who will move on. So this is the deciding game for that. I think this is actually the semi-finals, if I'm not mistaken, from what I've heard by now. So yeah, let's get to it. We do have 4th Canadian versus 1 on 16th on a balanced versus Maverick here on Sedilce, and I think we're just gonna go to the decks right away. And we start with 4th Canadian, a good division with some nice tools, but with the downside of not having 2 KHE until C phase, which I think on this map can be an issue. So let's get to it. A recon tab, we do have the Recce with the 2-inch carrier. Love to see that. Stack Hound for some rush, and then a recon drone, one of the really nice tools about this division. I mean, it doesn't cost more than a regular Sherman, and you get plenty of cards. It is a Sherman that can actually see well, and it does radio, so what's more to want from it? This thing is fantastic. One of the big strengths of this division. Into the tab, then we have the Assault Pioneers, Motorized Rifles, and Rifles Piat. Yeah, pretty standard there, although it doesn't vet any of them, which is a very interesting choice. Beat phase, we do have the Field Engineers, the Motorized Rifles late, which do have a Browning, which is a bit of an upgrade over the Bren, I would say. But it comes at the cost of it not being as, let's say, hybrid-y as the regular motorized rifles, because they do have some SMGs as well, and they do not come in with the half-track, which is also a little bit of a downgrade in my opinion. And then in C phase, you get the rifles late, and Kangaroo rifles, of course, for all their goodness. Tank tab, we do have the Command Steward and the Steward. So the Leader Steward, of course, is nice. Then you have some leaders for infantry too, unless you're in the forest, of course. Then Fireflies in A, B, and C phase, because you still, of course, need something with a little bit more punch than the Sherman. Support tab, Vickers, and then 2 cards of supplies, which makes sense if you look at the artillery tab, and we're going to get to that. And then in C phase, of course, finally, you do get some Sherman 105s, which is all the 2K that you have. AT tab, 6-pounder, 17-pounders in A and B phase, pretty standard there. AA tab, Crusaders Mark II and Mark I. So this time he actually decided to take some proper longer range AA pieces. I mean, the Crusader Mark I is basically a Bofors on a Crusader chassis. So it is a Bofors in its functionality, which is pretty good. Artillery tab, all the sections that you can get. You could also get some American tools in B phase, but I guess he decided not to take them. Sections are great, but he looks to spam them. He plans on spamming them by the looks of it. It kind of makes sense though, in a way, because you need them to compensate for your lack of 2K HE sometimes. Then the air tab, interesting. We have Mosquito in A phase, then Typhoon Fighters, and then the Marauders in B phase. It doesn't even bring a Recon or the Typhoon Fighter Bombers. Continuing on, 116th Panzer, a nice division as well. It is definitely decently strong after a couple of bans. The big downside of it is that your infantry tab is just very limited, and your A tab is also getting expensive very quickly. So it has definitely some significant weaknesses. It has a great mix of armor though, and we're going to get into that right away with the recon tab. So first of all, we do have Aufklärt, no veto, interesting. And then we do get some SPW 2, 3, 4, and yeah, /1 and /3. As well as some Aufklärt Panther D in B phase. Infantry tab, very limited, of course. We do have Leader, which is an odd choice considering that you don't have that many slots to begin with. Sturm Pioneer and Panzergrenadier in A phase, so not that much infantry in A phase actually. And then in B phase, 1 card of Pioneer, Sturm Pioneer, and Panzerfaust. So he plans to go relatively heavy on CQC by the looks of it. But yeah, only 43 infantry. It is not a lot. It is really not a lot. He could be taking the Assad's Pioneer, but for some reason decided not to. Tank tab, we do get the Panzer III L, which is of course a fantastic, and it is such a great medium tank. Then Panzer Force in A and B phase, as well as some Panthers all in A phase. What an odd choice. I mean, you're probably not going to bring all 3 of them, I would imagine. And then in the support tab, we do have an IG-18. Then, of course, the great Panzer IV F1 and Panzer III N, as well as some machine guns, ammo, and the Guerrilla, only in B phase, which is, I don't know. I mean, he must have to expect some 17-pounders in A phase already. So, surprised that he takes in B phase. And then the AT tab, you have tons of Martyrs, both in A phase by the looks of it, Pack 40, and then the Panzer 4, which is also a fantastic tool. Only one card of Mobile Wagon in the AA tab, and it comes in A phase too, so it only has 2 AA pieces. That's very risky. And then in the Artillery tab, it's such an odd build. I don't really, I don't get the concept here, to be honest. We have 81 with mortars in A phase, it's pretty standard. The Hummel as well, and that's all the artillery that he brings. And then he brings the off-map in B phase, which can be useful. Although I feel like this is not the best map for off-map, but there are definitely spots where you can use them pretty well. And then in the air tab, we do have some Ju-87s. Recon, then the regular Ju-87, although this one is, I don't actually remember which one this is, very light by the looks of it, because it is very cheap. Then fighters and Ju-88s in B phase. So very interesting build. I would say not your typical way of building this division, but then again, I don't have that much experience with it. But anyway, I think we're just going to go to the map and see how this plays out. And we are back here on Sedilce. So let's, as always, look at the deployments and the map. We haven't seen Sedilce in quite a while, so it is great that we have it again. And yeah, I mean, we all know it. Red can have a big advantage if it can Red has the potential for a big advantage if it can manage to push blue side out of this, because then you can kind of control the hill here and this area here as well, because it's not super easy for blue to get back into it. Otherwise, it's I think it's a decently balanced map, in my opinion. And not one of my favorites, but it is a decently balanced one. So let's start with the deployment stand south. We do see a big push by PaladinLepa. 2 SPWs, machine gun, not a lot of infantry for following up. He brings a leader, an infantry leader of all things, but no actual infantry. Very odd. And then AA early on as well as some Panzer 4s, Panzer 4 F1 and Panzer 3, which is answered by Avalser with some assault pioneers, sorry, a Staghound, Vickers, and some Stewards, as well as a 6-pounder. So that's going to be tricky for PaladinLepa. Now, his SPWs might be able to rush in here and get some kills, but they will first need to kill the Staghound, so they will probably be stuck on that before they can finish all of these off. So I guess he will have some problem getting past that forest there if the assault pioneers actually get in. And 6-pounder unloads before he gets sniped. In the town, we have one Sturm Pioneer just to hold things, as well as a Marder going in defensive position further back. For the rest of the center, there is another leader. I don't get why he positioned, like, I know leaders are important to be used, but what is it even doing? There's like nothing that it can actually support, so I don't get the concept there. I really don't. Shrimpio up here, kind of whole thing. Sometimes you can grab this flag if nothing is up here, which is rare. But in Panzer F1, what an odd positioning. I don't get the concept there. I'm gonna be honest. From Avalser's side, for the center, we have some motorized rifles pushing in here and into town. Then assault pioneers going more defensively, recon for the church tower, and some staghounds. Not super aggressive, actually. Then further north, very defensive deployment here with some Vickers, Stewart rifles. He doesn't try to, because this is a good place to push for red side, I would say, because again of the advantage that you have if you push blue side off, but he doesn't go for that. And on the very north, also defensive deployment in the town. That's pretty much it. Also defensive deployment from PaladinLepa, just trying to get in here, taking some early positions up there as well. So I think we're just going to get this going. This is a very interesting, so both players decide to focus here. Also to some degree also in the town, but it's not a super strong deployment. We do have an early Ju-87 out for some recon as well. But yeah, I don't know, PaladinLepa's deployment is so odd. He has basically no infantry. In this area, you need some infantry. You don't need a ton of infantry, but you need some infantry. So it's very odd how... I don't know. Oh, early Typhoon from Avalser. So he was holding back some points for that. Interesting. Ju-87 is turning away. I mean, it's not gonna get out of her. Typhoon is gonna kill that. 242 unloaded early. The SPW is going after the Staghound, missing though. Killing it now. 6-pounder is going to get involved though. Oh, taking some hits, getting suppressed. Might miss now all its shots. Stuart's getting involved as well. Half-track coming in with, what's the range of this? 1000 meter. Yeah, it needs to go further though. Can't really do much. Pioneer unloaded. So that's a push stop, right? I mean, if Avalser has the right reaction now, he can... Oh, yeah, this is the wrong thing to do. The Möbelwagen should be able to stop that. Or at least spread things out. And the Mosquito, it has big bombs, but it won't kill all of this reliably. Maybe one of the SBWs, but not all of those tanks. So, oh, Typhoon might get a kill here. The Ju-87. Down it goes. So PaladinLepa also not making the best investment here. Shrimpire grabbing this flag, but these close to grabbing those flags. Not a recon plane in. And the armor just pushing through. Wow. What a ballsy push. Otherwise, up here, not much happening. Both players focusing down south. And that might even be a line collapse here. Yeah, one stack count is not going to do much here. That's just going to get out-traded. 6-pounder and Stuart coming in. I mean, now would be the time to consolidate this with some infantry. And 15-9 for PaladinLepa. So he's still holding this flag. And grab these two now. Shrimpai is now coming in. Maybe a little bit too aggressive. I think he still wants to clear this out eventually. Because these can definitely cause him some issues long term. Second goes down. 6-pounder might be unloading early. It's Panzer full. Spots it for a brief moment, but then loses line of sight. Panzer 3 now going after it. Now lost line of sight. Might now go down to the 6-pounder. Panzer 3 now spotting the Stuarts, I assume. No, 6-pounder. SBW is now cutting down south to... Oh, that's dangerous. I mean, the motorized rifles might be able to kill them if they get too close, but they might be able to do quite a bit of damage here. Shrimpire here and Panzer F1 clean this out. Wow. Impressive. I would have expected the motorized rifles to potentially kill that Panzer F1 there. But here is still a bunch of assault pioneers, so that could potentially be an issue. Panzer 3 died as we expected. Shrimpire is moving in. Wow. No fear at all. 6-pounder can shoot at them. He can't do anything against an MG42, but he can definitely kill the Shrimpires. One Shrimpire now unloaded. Back to 1410 as this flag is regrabbed by Avalser. Leader here would need to do something to prevent this right here. Ju-87 coming in. It's not much he can do right now. He can definitely go after these, but for that to happen, for him to be able to profit from that, he would first need to have infantry there to then surrender. SPW's moving forward again. Ju-87 giving him all the nice recon. 6-pounder coming in here for the hill. Can definitely do something, but it is a very defensive tool there. He can't really prevent too many pushes. He can just prevent the push up very close. 2-inch is going after this, but there's nothing there. Panzer meanwhile moving in. Needs to be careful. Oh, it's going to get wiped by that assault pioneers probably. I don't really know what the plan there was from PaladinLepa. I mean, you can see the front line, and he has to be aware that there could be Seekers seen there, so because of the Ju-87, I would have expected him to bomb that now. He also cut off this, which would be helpful, and would also bring him a flag, but I guess he's not going for it by the looks of it. He lost this flag, is now stabilized by the Stuart and the Rifle Spear. Panzer IV F1 pushing forward. The problem is the Pier can actually drive up close here and unload it right next to it. Get the Pier off and kill it. Panzer IV F1 might be suffering from hill pressure. I think it does. Rifle Spear do not. And hit. Panzergren is getting wiped here. Killed off the 2-inch carrier. I mean, that's nice, but it's not really worth losing a Panzergren for. Mosquito now going after the Sturmpioneer, which will stop the pressure here, but I'm not sure if it's enough to bring these two flags back. Crusader A now coming in, as well as a Sherman. The 4F1 needs to be careful. This is not really the place where we want to have a tank ready alone without any Piat support. But PaladinLepa's plan working out greatly so far. I think that he really just should cut this off and or trying to bomb this and then surrender. Avalser really needs to crank up the pressure somewhere. Although he's making a push here, which, yeah, is actually going quite well. He's not really grabbing this flag, but the student might be able to do it now. This thing right here might not be in the best position, and he needs some sort of reinforcement here to actually dig this out. Because again, rifle speed in here will be difficult for him to get rid of with just armor. Need some actual infantry. SPWs do go down. Yeah, I think they were just standing there for a little bit too long. He should have made a quick play while Avalser was not able yet to bring out heavier tanks, because then you can actually really get some value out of them. But by now, this opportunity is kind of gone. Panzer moving forward. I might eventually flip this flag back. Lepa really needs to burst this bubble here. Like this is threatening one flag and is preventing him from taking another one. He's focusing too much, I feel like, on this push right here, which was working very well. But I think this is the point where I can accept that you got a nice grab here and go for the next area, which could, I don't know, either re-grab this or push somewhere up north or in the center, or try it from here to swing down south, up north and grab like this flag in the town or something like that. But I don't think trying to push further here is the way to go. 11 again, as he grabs this one now, because the Sherman, a recon Sherman, as nice as it is, of course, does not affect the front line. The Panzer IV F1 coming in. Yak Panzer also moving. Quite ballsy, actually. I mean, he doesn't really have much recon to spot for it. Panzer A now coming in on the hill here. Can also do quite a bit of work. F1 goes down. Yeah, it's just way too forward. I assume he died to the motorized rifles. Stuart could also potentially have killed it. Panzer has to fall back. Finally, the bubble here bursted, and Assault Pioneers though smoking, trying to cross. Panzer trying to move in and surrender, but there's two more. And it looks like Paladin is not paying attention. And now he has a really big problem, because now he has these guys running rampant in the back line, right? So bursting the bubble is one thing, but you then need to make sure that you can also deal with the units and kind of contain them, because as it is right now, they can actually do a lot of work there. Panzer IV is getting hit by Stuarts, but cannot see the Stuart. It will eventually be penned. AA needs to retreat, which it does. Leader is also on the move. But yeah, I think the grab here is about to end. And again, I feel like this is mostly due to the... Oh, wow, two of them get wiped instantly. But yeah, I think the big mistake here was just to continue pushing this so hard without like trying to burst this bubble, but also... yeah, over-focusing on this. I think he should have... I mean, this is actually a nice push here, but still, he has the Seekers here. He can deal with it. He just needs to start doing it. But it's still working. I mean, it's still on a 13-11, you know. I can criticize how much I want, but it is working in a way. And I've also just did a good job at trying to find some areas where he can re-grab flags, but it's not paying off enough. I think he's still, by the looks of it, he's still struggling a bit, and it's just precious time that he's losing at the moment. More Shermans and Fireflies coming in. The Yak Panzer IV. Hold on, did the other one die? It did. To what? Did he get a side shot? Oh, the 17 pounder here maybe did it. I mean, line of sight tool can be wonky. Maybe it was the 17. Because I don't know what else could have done it. There was a recon Sherman here at some point, but I don't think he got 2 shots off. And he was killed by something else, and he could not have been this one, so it must have been the Yak Panzer. Assault Pioneers here, still doing the work. The Yak Panzer IV now getting stuck on it. That's a problem. And the Assault Pioneer might be able to kill it off, actually. It's turning again. Wow. After bullying some infantry, F1 moving in. Still the same Panzer IV that was hit previously? Yes, it is. But this flag will be lost very soon. That will be D12-12 again. So PaladinLepa needs to make some ground again. Marder F22, I think, is suffering from hill Prussian here. Yeah, look at that gun. Oh, yeah, Panzer IV here now getting involved, so just going after some motorized rifles though. Shchedrin is still in position here. Can't do much, but it is still there. Firefly now coming in. I mean, that's definitely, I mean, it's a needed response here to deal with that Jagdpanzer probably. But the problem with it is, of course, that the Jagdpanzer can upgrade. Not upgrade. Well, oh, yes, upgrade. No, okay, just trade. And also the Panzer IV, this one can upgrade to it, of course. Pack 40 now coming in. Oh, that is interesting for that Firefly over there. I don't know where it's going, up here. I think it's spotting the Pack 40. Pack 40 is probably gonna die. No, spotting the Marder. Pack 40 unloaded. Should be start to aim on it soon. Missing. Panzer A now coming in up in the same position as well. I think there's a bit of an overkill. But we are in B phase, so PaladinLepa now has access to his good income, and he has had a good start. That matters a lot. Pack 40 still missing. No, bouncing actually this time. Missing again. Wow. That's super unlucky. Firefly now moving in. Jagdpanzer in position. Needs to be careful. The 17-pounder can potentially kill that. 14-10 now, as by looks of it, the steward here died. Panzer A in up very close actually. And the Panzer III coming in for support, but he needs a minute to dig out that rifle spear there. 2 Shermans now come in and the Saxon, so Avalser trying to counter push here. And there's not that much left here from PaladinLepa actually. The Panzer IV died, I guess, to the Firefly, and without hitting the Firefly, so it's not looking very good there for PaladinLepa. If the Jagdpanzer IV can kill the Firefly, that's huge, because then the Shermans will struggle. But not very good at the moment. Saxon getting in, and they can start hammering this as well. Would bring one of the flags back, and then he only needs one more. And that's what counts at the end of the day, right? You need to slowly... Just need to make sure that you can grab back some flags and make it hard for opponents to actually grab the flags. Because if, unless there's a major difference in trade, if PaladinLepa doesn't manage to... If PaladinLepa will struggle to grab the 15-9, his Maverick income will be of limited use. 81 Muda now coming in will again run into the Assault Pioneers there. He's refusing to deal with them. Probably hasn't noticed that they're still there. Yeah, Panzer IV... turning towards the Rifle Spear, I suppose. Panzer IV F1 could potentially deal some damage to the Shermans, but they are recon Shermans, so they will probably spot the Panzer IV F1 before it spots the Shermans. There we go. And the fast aim time will also help. Misses on top of that. Anyone Mura probably wants to run now. Might not go super well for it otherwise. And Saxon now within radio range opens up on this infantry. Not even necessary, the Shermans shred it. Panzer IV going versus the Firefly. Firefly misses and then bounces. Panzer IV bounces on the Firefly. Oh, gets a pen. That's huge. Wow, that's super. That's so unlucky for Avalser. I mean, that Jagdpanzer IV should have probably gone down here. Or at least taken one pen. I mean, this is pretty lucky. I know that if you look at the difference, right, it's 130 minutes of armor versus 170 minutes of pen, and we are at 1750 meter range almost. So it's okay they bounce a bit, but that was still super unlucky. This flag now regrabbed though. PaladinLepa needs to find some more flags. We're already halfway into B phase, but he has had a good lead in A phase already. So it's not, you know. It's not terrible actually. It's definitely struggling a little bit to secure more than he previously had. 2 Panzer IIIs now coming in. I think both players kind of overfixating a bit on this area and this spot right here when there is like all of this area that has not really seen much action because both players decided to deploy there very lightly. So the B-phase income advantage could easily open up some opportunities for PaladinLepa. And I think we are now... Panzer 3 is coming in though, so it looks like he's noticed that there might be room for some plays there. Oh, Sherman's pushing through at the side. It's very dangerous for the Mobilwagen. Mobilwagen might go down. He only has 2 of those. Both of them are out. So if this dies, that's it for more AA, for the AA down here. No more AA. That's horrible. And that's one of the... I mean, it can be a problem or a weakness that the Recon Shermans do not have affect the front line. But in cases like this, it's actually also a big bonus. Because, yeah, it just... If you don't see them moving through here, you don't notice that they're there. And then, all of a sudden, this happens. Mobilwagen takes 1 pen. Shermans go after the Pack 40, suppress that one. Mobilwagen is now on the run. Typhoons and Mosquito going in. Marder, F-22 and Panzer 3 might not be able to deal with the Sherman. Sherman kills the Mobilwagen. Mosquito is still forced off, but we have a Marauder now coming in for the Pack 40 there as well. BF-109 trying to go after the Marauder. I was going to say it's not going to catch a Typhoon. Panzer 3 in the meantime fighting the Sherman. Both of them get a pen by the looks of it. Did the APC not pen? Both BF-109s out, but versus 2 Typhoons. Ooh, that's not looking very good. Panzer 3 goes down to the Sherman as it bounces. It's the last shot. One of the BF-109 goes out. 3 Typhoons out. Wow. Avalser just going all in. BF-109 takes out the Marauder. That's a big win, but it's going to die to the Typhoons. Now you cannot run from the Typhoons. Typhoons are too fast. I mean, look at that. 640 kilometers an hour. That's pretty good speed. These things are fantastic. So the south here, unfortunately for PaladinLepa, not looking very good. And he has nothing here, basically. It's the 1 Panzer for here, which won't win against the 2 Shermans. The 81 Marauder is going after the Shermans. I mean, as long as they're stuck on that infantry there, which stopped right now, they might be able to do that. But after that, it's probably not really going to work. He really needs to start... Yeah, I mean, he's going to lose this flag for sure. He might lose this one because he's nothing here to fight in the forest. Pack 40 now coming in too aggressively. I mean, the front line doesn't show this, like reflect this properly, but basically has already been pushed out of this, right? So, and the assault planning is still here. And he should know that. He has spotted this thing multiple times, or he could have spotted this. So I guess he really should go defensive, like further back. Probably back here actually would be the place to go now. And then build up and try to get your infantry into there. Sherman's already pushing further. Panzer 3 versus Sherman, but Sherman spots it first. APCR landing hit, by the looks of it, Pack 40 dying in the transport. Panzer 3 goes down, 81 Marauder should be running, is not running though. Panzer now moving across, but the rifle's late, might be able to get in here and kill it with the Piat. We do have another poke at this flag here for Sturm Pioneer. Panther moving forward, spotting the Firefly. Should be out of range, just barely, but I guess it's not. Firefly misses, Panther does not. Panther gets a kill. There's some more plays for the center. Marauder coming in, another one going after the Panther there. Rifles late here, very dangerous in this forest part. Can definitely kill that Panther. And there we go. Flag grab. This flag will be lost very soon as well. Mosquito coming in as well. Oh no, still circling around. BF-109 going after the Mosquito. This one he can catch, I think. Should probably focus on the Marauder though, because the Marauder is probably more expensive. Now Schönpire coming in. Yeah, he see this this is what he gets for it. He really should have tried to clear that out. I think not doing so was a major mistake by him. Although that Pack 40 would not have done much, let's be honest. 2 Recon Shermans up close. Oh, they actually died. No, what? Did the Panther kill them? A Panther's gonna die to the motorized rifles anyway, but the motorized rifles are first gonna kill the 81mm. Which is also really bad. Oh, that's such a bad loss. It's such an unnecessary one too. Maybe once again a bit too harsh on people whose games I'm casting, but like that was so preventable. Like the second you saw that things here were going south, you should have retreated that back here at least. That was so unnecessary. Saxon now going after this, but Shchedrin Pioneers got in. They can definitely hold the line here for a bit if they don't get overwhelmed by field engineers. But if you micros that well, that might not happen. Rifles PDA being forced off by a Panzer and a Panther A. More Panzer being called in. This flag might be able to be grabbed by PaladinLepa. Möbelwagen is probably a bit too far back. Typhoon just doing some strafing up north. No one coming in to deal with the recon. Yeah, Möbelwagen needs to move up. But now, even though he has a lot of armor and there's no AT planes in Avalser's deck, I think now he's going to have a problem, because everything that he brings can just get bombed, and every plane that he brings can be shot down by these Typhoons. And we've already seen that Avalser has invested quite a bit into his Air Force, so this is a serious risk. The 3 now pushing forward here. I mean, yeah, there's basically no AT here. There's one Steward. That can kill a Panzer 3. You can also kill the SPW 234/1. If this one gets up close, I've seen this multiple times. If this can get up close, though, because the Steward needs to end this twice, it might be able to stress out the Steward enough that it has to retreat and then finish it off. But the rifle split here can definitely stop that as well. J87 going after the infantry there. Firefly coming in, not J87 coming in. This one going after the 6-pounder. That's definitely a good target. Vickers going down. Assault Pioneer still alive though. This J87 is probably not going to get killed. Oh, it's going to get forced off in the loop-de-loop. Wow. What a timing. Next one already in. 14-10 for PaladinLepa still. And we are in sea phase. It's going to go down now though. Yeah, there we go. Möbelwagen has to move around. It's just losing valuable time. J87. And the Vickers was killed anyway. Möbelwagen managed to force off the Typhoon though, so the J87 might actually survive, which is huge. Because he relies, by the looks of it, he relies a lot on them. So if they die, I'm not really sure what's he gonna do. One Shrimpai here being surrounded. There's 2 field engineers. If you can face them one by one, can win, but there's their next row already coming in. 105 now moving in as well. Sexton going after, I don't know. Oh, the Pioneers here. Guerrilla going after the Firefly. Panzer as well. Both of them took a pen by the looks of it. So I was gonna say maybe the Guerrilla can stress it out enough, but it does not happen. Firefly kills the Panther. That's a massive win there for Avalser. That's basically this whole push stopped. Still a Panther D that could shift downwards. Panzer 3 now just pushing forward here. So the pressure continues on. Well, PaladinLepa having, I don't know, it kind of in a way, maybe not at the like right after he got here, maybe not so much, but in a way it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Farid's playstyle of just trying to get opportunities, push, be aggressive. Because, like, I think he tried too much to hang on this compared to what Farid didn't immediately start pushing somewhere else, but it kind of reminds me a little bit on that. Just very, very aggressive. Skeeto going in after the Pioneers. They're bunched up, so they might actually both die to that. One dies, one gets pinned. It's retreating, Shrimpire moving in, not a Pioneer moving in. Shrimpania, he probably shouldn't have pushed on its own because he has no support whatsoever. And if this dies, this flag will be lost. Shrimpania here being forced off as well. Still 14-10 though. You can grab this flag, that would be the 59. Panzergren have spotted the assault engine pioneers as they are going after Panzer 3. There's 2 Shermans coming in though. Oh, no, they're taking this road. Interesting. Need to be careful though, the Panzergrens, if they are in the wooden parts, which by the looks of it, they're not going to be. Could definitely stop them. Another J7 coming in. I don't think the 50 cal on this is enough to stop it. Going after the assault pioneers, but the assault pioneers already pinned the pioneers. Assault pioneers go down. Another marauder coming in, going after the Panzergrens. Yeah, I think at this point he really needs to start spreading out because everything is just going to get bombed by Avalser. 16-8 all of a sudden. But this flag lost. This is what I meant, right? This flag is also about to be lost, so he needs to start stabilizing this at least. Because there's just a Panzer here at the moment, and well, Avalser could potentially push through and even grab this flag. Like, once red side is in this area here, it's going to be really hard to get it out again. But nice grab here of these two flags as well. He already lost one though. Yeah, this one is lost. He's gonna lose this one. That brings it back to 1410. Panzer D, by looks of it, killed the Firefly here. 105 still alive though. This blob here is still alive too. And Pioneer not reconnecting to the line. Not a Crusader coming in, so no more Stuka spam up north, I guess. German here spotting the Pioneer. Not a Panzer Grand, Panzer Faust coming in. Panzer Free coming in. This is now the time where you would wish you had some Panzer Shreks in your deck too. Because like in these kind of tight areas that would do wonders at the moment. But unfortunately for Lepa, he doesn't have them. Probably here. I mean, it's not a bad call. Against as soon as Sherman is getting involved in here, of course it is. But just to stop some infantry, it's not the worst thing. I think this is a lost cause. He should just stop sending pioneers in there or anything in there really. Because it's super close. Might actually get in now because the SPW forced off the rifles Piat. But that was not really the call. He just probably wants to have something in here. And then the armor that he already has. Nodomade coming in for the center Pioneer to hold it and re-grab the flag. 6 and 8 again. As this flag has now been grabbed by a Panzer Grand. Yeah, PaladinLepa doing a good job at just finding flags everywhere. If he has one more somehow, he would have this 18-6. That would be massive. I feel like he's slowly getting out-rated, but he's applying a lot of pressure. And Avalser needs to... at the moment, I don't really see it, to be honest, because Avalser, he has 3 minutes left. I mean, it's going to be more if it's back to in 1410. But he needs to get to the 1410 first, and yeah, he doesn't have that much time left. That's going to be tricky. Not a Typhoon coming in for some strafing. I mean, this is the good thing about those Typhoons, right? Might kill it in one go. Nope. We'll kill it the next time, and the AA is up close, but he just can't do everything. Oh, Panzer Frien gets killed by a Steward there. Elspeth could also finish it off. JU-88 going after for blind bombing after the rifle speared, probably. Problem is it won't grab that flag because the Steward will still apply the pressure here. I mean, it don't... What I was trying to say, sorry. That the Pioneer probably still won't reconnect, which could then grab him the flag. That's what I was trying to get at. 17-7 still. Very impressive. Very impressive indeed. Studio probably gonna kill that gorilla. By the way, if any of you are interested, so I have gotten some decks. If any of you are still interested and haven't done so in taking part in the viewer decks video, you can submit me some of your decks. Details will be in the description down below. So what you should submit, where to, how to submit it. But yeah. Still looking forward to getting more decks, the more the merrier. And I will, you know, if there's more than I can fit in one video, I'm just going to do another one at some point. So even if you don't submit one for this video, you can always submit them. And if I have enough, I'll just make another video. So yeah, just feel free to do that. Yeah, basically you can submit your regular decks for quick play, some decks that are maybe an odd, unusual build of a division, but that works, and you would also use that in quick play. You can also submit tournament decks, and of course, you can submit meme decks. Those are especially welcome. So yeah, just you can put them either join my Discord and put a link in the channel that is meant for that purpose, or you put that code under any video, and that would be fine. Back to 12-12. So that was a very close stabilized. That was very quickly stabilized. There we have the Steward here pushing forward, grabbing a flag. We had Panzer losing here, and all of a sudden it's 12-12, 13-11 now. This Pioneer has also been finally forced off. Panzer now pushing back forward. A row of Typhoon coming in to strafe that IG-18, and the Marauder also for the IG-18. I guess, yeah, Panther. I guess I was going after the Panther. Might be enough to stress it out. 17-pounder moving in, I can definitely finish that. If PaladinLepa can somehow grab just one flag for, I don't know, maybe a minute or so, and he will have that win. But currently it's not looking super well for him. I can't really see where he can... This one is the most realistic one. He needs to be able to deal with this 2-inch carry, and he needs to rid of those. This one is already pinned, so if we can just move in, surrender that, and kill that off with the Shroom Pioneer, which definitely be possible, he could get that flag. But now it's 13-11 again, as this flag falls with the Firefly just pushing in. So Avalser, I mean, this is not a good move, but I guess it's also a desperation move, because as long as this thing, he needs the flags, basically. As long as this survives, it's going to be good. If not, PaladinLepa can bring it back to 12-12. It is 12-12. If we can kill this now somehow, it would be 13-11. Firefly spotting the Panzer probably says it's probably not going to go down. Yeah. Marder here could try to move and kill it off. And now the S-Spam really truly starts. Well, the Panzer getting overwhelmed here. 14-10. This flag now definitely out of reach. Not completely though. Marder 3 could kill that 105 off. Then the Panzer could move in if the 2-inch carrier dies as well. But it still needs more than that. That's the problem. And the Panther here died. I guess with the 17 powder. Or maybe we even do the bombs. I don't know. And the one Panzer here cannot do much against a rifle spear. Especially with the help of the steward. There we go. Fully pinned. We'll flip this flag as well. Firefly is still alive. 14-10 for Avalser. Making round just in time. That is actually pretty close. IG-18, did he find a sighter on the Firefly? That would have been amazing. Looks like it. Wow. Now driving this in to kill the Firefly, that would be absolute clutch play. We already have motorized rifles coming in. Oh, Mobile Wagen goes down. That's what was holding this flag. 15-9 now for Avalser. South completely collapsing. Not even a single unit coming in anywhere. I think PaladinLepa is also running low on units. Oi, ouch. That looks pretty rough. That looks very rough. I don't really know. Panzer 4 now coming in, yeah, but this is 17 pound. It's not in position currently, but he can't stop this. He also, I mean, how is he gonna? If Avalser just walks in here, he's not gonna get him out of those forest parts again. Firefly did go down to the Marder, I guess, but another Firefly is already here. Going after the Panzer now. This flag has been re-grabbed, but it's already 15-9 for Avalser, and it doesn't look like PaladinLepa has anything left. I mean, look at that. We can count the units. There's basically no points left on the map. Avalser, meantime, has a lot of forces. So he just slowly grinded PaladinLepa down, and I think Paladin kind of, for a large part, traded flags for points. Yeah, and that can work, but you need to be fast enough with the flags. And yeah, 13,955, 2,580. I mean, that's 1.5k difference. That's a lot. But yeah, good start for PaladinLepa. Then he kind of allowed himself to get into a grind down south, which didn't really work out super well. And yeah, I mean, this recon shows are just fantastic. And look at that. Yeah, basically, so from minute 15 on, Avalser was just constantly out trading. There was like a little combat patch here, but not enough. It's just generally a lot of red. In terms of kills, on Avalser's side, the Typhoon did a good bit of work. 6 Panda did super well. A Mosquito, of course. Stewart, wow, look at this thing go. Kill a lot of things actually as well. And then the Recon Sherman. I mean, yeah, that pushdown stuff, that was really nice. And PaladinLepa just didn't respond to that in time. Saxon did a bit of work. Another Typhoon doing super well. I mean, PaladinLepa also lost quite a lot of planes to those Typhoons. I mean, having only one AA piece against a division with strong planes is never a good thing. One card of AA piece, not one AA piece. On the other side, SPW did well at the start. I mean, he had a really good start, that's for sure. I mean, Panzer 4 here killing a lot of things as well. Multiple Shermans. Panther did quite some killing as well. Another Panther that did quite some killing. Panthers actually worked pretty nicely here. But yeah, great game. Hope you enjoyed it too. Have a great day and see you next time. Thanks for watching.